let that Janet go. Okay. Anyway, as I was talking about 2014 and how it holds us, some people are still being held by 1999. Some people are being held by
it's 1999?
Yeah, exactly. People are being held by different times, different events, different things. And I'm talking about those things that enslave you, those things that where you're angry at somebody, those things where you are so sure that you goofed up and your life is never going to get any better. Those times in your life where everything that happened wasn't perfect, instead of looking at the perfection of who you are, you start dwelling on the negative of who you are. Has anybody ever done that here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And why? What do you get out of being mean to yourself? What do you get out of being mean to somebody else? What do you gain when you know how good it feels when you look at the positive? And so this comes on with some people week by week, month by month, where it gets worse. It gets to the point where they don't even want to go out of the house, and that's called depression. And depression is when you think that life's not worth living, or that you're not worth anything. And I have found that almost everybody at some times has had a midnight of the soul. That time when they just get so low, they don't feel like there's another tomorrow. But they find out if they go out in the sun, they walk on the earth, they feel the energy, and they hold a baby. How many of you have seen King being passed around? We have this wonderful baby. We're so lucky to have this newbie on the planet, that when he's upset, what's it about? He might want to have something to eat. He might want to be held. He might want to have his diaper changed. But he's not holding on to, well, you didn't change my diaper in 15 minutes, so you're a bad person. You know, he doesn't hold on to stuff. He lets it all go. And he's looking forward to what's coming up. Who's going to hold me next? Well, maybe it'll be David or Ronnie or Eileen or whoever's going to hold me next. And so, look at that. Why can't you forgive yourself for all the things you meant to do? All the things you meant to do in 2014. Can you release it? Can you just let it go? Okay, if you didn't plant your daffodil bulbs, it's not a big thing. That way you won't have to water them and you'll save water. Think about all the things that you thought, oh, I really have to do. You're going to always find some way you think you've fallen short, particularly if you judge yourself by others. You're going to find somebody, trust me, you're going to find somebody that's better looking, has more money, has more of everything you think you want in the world. But you also can look around and see what you have and how much greater your life is than somebody else. If you want to get into judgment, judge how good things are, not how bad things are. And start looking at what are your intentions to live. Are your intentions to be happy? Oh, there's the duck. And there's Kuan Yin right there. Are you here to be happy? Are you here to be sad? You have a choice. I know that sounds like, well, you can't mean I can choose who I am and what I am. Exactly, you can choose. But you can't choose. It's like choosing something to eat when your plate is full. And that's what happens. When your heart is full of all this negativity, how can you choose to be happy? It's impossible. You have to let go of something. Have you ever gotten stuck on the ladder of life? And you're stuck, and you say, I want to move. But you don't let go to reach up. You don't let go to take another step up the rung of the ladder of life. Instead, you get stuck by what? Fear, anger. I don't like this ladder. Okay, judgment. Things that hold you back. And why do they hold you back? Because you allow them to. I was talking to a woman yesterday. She came in and she said, Dottie, wow, you've lost so much weight. And I said, no, I haven't. You've just learned to love me more. And she looked at me and she said, you know, I think you're right. I said, trust me, you go to the hospital and look at my stats, and I've been the same for years. But I change in your eyes by the more you get to know me. Okay, I got with Ronnie, I'm no longer just that old fat white lady. I always tell that story because that's how Ronnie was wondering, who is this woman? He had to ask a friend of mine. And he said, don't worry. And I changed in his eyes. So when you want to change, quite often you can't do it yourself. Sometimes you need to go to a counselor. Sometimes you need to talk to the person that you've been angry with. Sometimes you just need to talk to Spirit. Remember the stories they told of people getting on their knees and praying for forgiveness? Praying for all sorts of things. When you were a little kid, it might have been for a new bicycle. It could have been for anything. But we as modern day civilized people sometimes look down on folks that get on their knees and pray, as if they're doing something old-fashioned. Prayer is not old-fashioned. With my knees it might be a little difficult, but for some of you that's still a viable thing to do. But just think of this. Prayer is not old-fashioned. When you can communicate with Spirit, you can help Spirit release these things that are bothering you. You love that you can help Spirit? Because if you don't ask Spirit for help, Spirit can't help you. And it's not that Spirit doesn't want to. They're just kind of sitting there, waiting. When they get down far enough, they're going to call on me. And that's what I want you to do, is think about what we can do to help our hearts get into positive feelings. Last week I talked about this wonderful thing that came to me a couple of weeks ago. Where my spirit guide Ma says, get out of your mind and into your heart. Get out of your ego and into Spirit. And I was doing a reading at the time, and I said to the woman, excuse me, let's repeat that. Ma, what was that? And I had to write it down, because when I do a reading, I don't remember what I said. So the only reason I remember that is because I stopped, had it retold, and wrote it down. But the more I think about that, the more it's true. Our heart is where we carry so much negative about people and about ourselves. And so we want to release that today. And you might have noticed up here we have candles. But what we also have is in your program is a wonderful way that you can list 5 things. 5 things, as many fingers as you have on one hand. Those things that you want to let go of. It might have been you want to let go of the grief that you've been feeling. You might want to let go of anger. You might want to let go of a need to be loved that you feel isn't being met. When you let go of the need, the love starts coming in. So what I want you to do is take a minute and quickly, don't even think about it. Just write down those things you want to release. And it's on this pink piece of paper, and if you don't have a pink piece of paper, raise your hand.
Pink and yellow.
Oh, yellow. I'm
Pink
sorry.
and yellow.
Thank you, Corky. Pink or yellow. You should all have pens, because Corky passed pens around. And the minute you get yours done, where's April? There you are. April is going to go outside, and she has a cauldron that we're going to burn these. So when you burn it, what do? You release it. You let it go. And so when we get that cauldron going out there, you go out and put it in there. You can tear it up in little bitty pieces of paper if you want. You can throw it in whole if you want. And then come back in and light a candle. Why are we lighting a candle after we do that? We're saying, God, here I am. I've let go of all that darkness. I've let go of all that negativity. I've let go of all of those things that I feel make me unhappy. Remember the duck? Remember the happiness that we were singing at the very beginning of church service today? You can all become happy if you want to be. Now, if you want to hang on to the negativity, okay, if it really serves you. Have you ever met anybody that got served by a negative story? Have you ever? Well, when I was 10, I didn't get the bicycle I prayed for, and I know that my parents weren't giving it to me. It wasn't going to come from Santa Claus, but my parents didn't love me enough to give me a bicycle. So consequently, I'm not going to give my kids bicycles. Think about how many times you don't do something because somebody didn't do it for you. Release it. Okay? Release the people in your life. Maybe it's a boss right now that you think is a complete and unholy jerk. Okay? Write down their name and say, I release my negative energy against you. It could be you don't like the way you look. Release those items that make you feel unhappy. Okay? I love the fact that I can walk into most rooms and be the biggest person there. Ha ha. Eat your heart out. You know? Because I appreciate who I am. I love I'm nervous too. Okay? Doesn't that make you feel good? Ha, I'm still going. And you just, yay. Some people in here have had major diseases. We have people in here who survived cancer, who have survived strokes, who have survived loneliness by being left by a partner, who have survived the loss of children. So many things. But that doesn't determine who they are. What that does is that gives them something to look at and say, that's what happened to me, and now I am a happy person. You can release it. You don't have to hold on to it. So that's what this paper is for. Nobody's going to see it. But when you get done writing down the things, just fold it and think of something you want to pray about with it. Just fold it and say, God, I want to release these things. Or Mother Mary, I am releasing these things. Or Kuan Yin, these are in your hands. Let go of those things that are keeping you from waking up every morning and saying what? Yahoo!
Happy and you know it.
Yahoo! Yeah. Be happy because you're the only one that can make you happy. It's not about money, it's not about love, it's not about sex, although that helps. It's not about so many things. It's about what's inside you. How many of you know that you're responsible for your own happiness? And it's not work, okay? It's not the person sitting next to you. It's not the person you're living with. Isn't that amazing?
No.
Yeah. The person you're living with is there. They are not responsible for making you happy.
I don't know.
Except for Corky. No, they are not responsible for making you happy. You're responsible for making you happy. And you find, as you become happier, they become happier. Yesterday I did a reading on a client, and, oh, my husband's awful, and he does this, and he does that, and he does this, and he does that. And I said, the more he does that, the worse you get. Now, what happens if you get happy? Well, I can't. Why not? Well, because he does this and he does that. It's not about him. It's about you. And she said, well, how would you like to live with somebody like that? I said, I did. And they're no longer in my life. I decided happiness was more important than living with somebody who every day made me be unhappy. I won't tell you what else it made me feel like, but it made me be unhappy. So I let it go. And so that's what I'm talking about. Find the things, the energy, the anger. Release the fear. The fear of changing and getting a new job. The fear of moving forward that keeps you stuck. So write down, what are your fears? What are your jealousies? What are your angers? What are those things that keep you stuck? Okay, and then go out, and this beautiful fire goddess out there is going to help you burn them, and come back and light them.
Like one little candle. Do more than what I've done. What more can I do?
You can help people like that. Oh, Eileen's doing it just like we set it up. Isn't that great?
It's like she knew what to do.
Should we get a roll?
Just put it in the sand.
Just put it in the sand. Okay.
You have a fire extinguisher handy?
Yeah.
Just me.
I got one in the car.
Okay. Yes, sir. You can use either one.
Over
how are you?
How are the kids?
They're doing good.
Mark, so yeah,
Okay, so then,
so we can pray for them.
when,
And come and light your candle when you get done.
when you release,
And release, this is to
create a new spark.
This is 2015, shining and bright.
Go ahead and use a new match. Pyro in there.
So we go out there first and then come in?
Yeah, go burn your stuff, burn that, and then come back and create a new spark.
Is he okay, David? Yeah. Are you this little line you want to play with? Thank you.
And get a new match. Go like this.
It's really long, David. I'll wait till it goes down a little bit. Is he okay?
Give it a little blow.
Thank you.
You are.
Mary, you want to light a candle?
Yeah, I'm not that, I haven't dumped it in the fire
Okay,
yet.
you're not back, okay.
I'm just a figment of
Hey, you're a figment of my imagination, that's great.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, sorry, there. And then light a candle when you come back in. No drama with the fire starter.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Sal.
Perfect.
Pretty good.
Just throw it in the sand. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it chilly out there?
Yes, except for April, who's wearing this little lightweight blouse.
It's not easy to get to know dogs. When that breed grows together, right?
Paul, did David take yours there?
I didn't have one.
Or did you want to do one and I'll take a break?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah? Oh, the one that she wrote about?
Yeah, I went specifically to that place to buy it.
She's the one that brought the one in.
The green?
Yeah. She bought it in the lock. You should tell her that story someday.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I took my friends over there.
Where is? Oh, it's not here.
it's at UCM.
Is it coming back?
Oh,
Yes.
it's coming back.
It'll be here next
Yeah,
week.
because I saw it at Mansion. Looks good. And I like it, so I asked, I can't remember, she was one of the volunteers that she started working with recently living and died. And she told me what she went to buy, so my friend and she like came and so I said, okay, we're gonna go over there. So I rode all the way
Oh, you saw it. Did you notice she listed a little bit when she sat down?
all the way over there. And, you know, I had it at home for some time, not too long. Then I decided that, yes, that's what I'm gonna, and that one, I think that one I bought it on the flea market.
The funny idea.
That I had two, so I got, okay.
I like having her on the altar.
I know. It's really nice. And they have the red stuff.
It's really funny. That's just gonna follow.
Don't forget to come to light your candle.
One little candle. I'm tightening it, loosening it, yes. You're tightening it, you're loosening it.
This is for your 2015 birthday. It's a new beginning.
We need that.
Without burning yourself.
I know.
I'm terrible.